Since the start of the internet, people have banded together in support of things they love and even hate. These groupings have created an online culture known as fandoms. These fandoms can be an artist's biggest supporter or even critics. They are known for doing anything for the ones they love, but as they've evolved, have fandoms started taking things too far? I think so. The biggest problem is the mob mentality. When they enter this mob mentality, they lose all sense of individualism. They act as in a group. They lose all sense of human that they originally had. You know, if Taylor Swift was in front of you, you would never say, wow, your hair sucks, or this album was complete crap. But when you have the power of the internet behind you, one, and, you know, a whole group with you, you act in ways that you would never do it before. For instance, Taylor Swift is known for dating quite a bit, and if she, you know, breaks up with someone, her fandom will go and attack that person, and that can't make the breakup any easier. I mean, she is a real person, and the fans think that they know the thing that they love, which there's nothing wrong with that. You should support something, but you should support it from a humanistic perspective, and they just don't. This can clearly be seen with Justin Bieber and his cancellation of all of his meet and greets. He refuses to take pictures with fans, he refuses to really interact with his fans anymore because they treated him so bad. He felt like an animal in a zoo. And yes, he's famous. That's what he signed up for, and I understand that. But that's not what he signed up for. He signed up to make music. He signed up to do the things that he loved. And what came along with it was these dying devotional fans who would do anything for him. And if he got into trouble, they would stand by him 100%. But they also treat him like a god. And he's just a human. These fans love him and support him and will do anything except treat him like a person. And another instance was the Larry ship. A ship is when the fandom has two objects or people or things or whatever that they think would go well together and put them in a relationship. So they thought that Louis Tomlinson and Harry Styles would have gone together perfectly, and that they created this Larry ship, and they, you know, forced it so much on the boys that it ruined their own personal true friendship and their own personal connection. It made it weird. It made it where they couldn't even stand next to each other on a red carpet without people speculating that they were dating. Through this ship, they were saying that he had a girlfriend and a son, and they were saying that they were just cover-ups for their relationship, which is absurd. And it ruined any true friendship that the two of them had. And in a more intense way, you can also think of the Tejano singer Selena Quintanilla, or more recently Christina Grimmie. In the case of Selena, the president of her fan club physically shot her and killed her. You know, what true fan would literally destroy the thing that they care so much about? In the case of Christina Grimmie, it was a crazed fan who thought that they were in love and that she was meant for him and that they were going to die together and they were going to love weird stuff. But that's not... It's a shame, because these people were literally doing what they love, and they now have to be worried if they're doing a meet and greet with their fans, if someone is going to come up and that might be their last meet and greet. And these fans don't know where to draw the line between acceptable behavior and weird stuff. In my case, I love the Jonas Brothers, and I have always loved the Jonas Brothers. And I was a weird little 13-year-old who would scour the internet trying to find any information that I could on the Jonas Brothers. At one point, I found their mom's phone number. I figured out, at one point I knew what hotel they were staying at. We were taking pictures of their hotel room. Like, granted, I was 13, dumb, didn't understand how freaking weird that was. But now, I wouldn't imagine doing anything similar. in conclusion, I think that fandoms are just need to tone it back. They need to figure out the reason that they started becoming fans and the reason that they started, this community of people who all cared about the same thing. That's a good way to find friends that have similar interests. It's a good way to, have a support system, but there needs to be a line between that support system and that mob mentality.